What's up? It's your boy Heaven Hollywood, and we are back on the IE Network. And welcome to D Latino. And let's get it started. And we're gonna deep dive even more into this beef between Karol G and Jaylene. So the saga continues. Now, I've noticed Jaylene gets a lot of hate for dating a guy that was single when they met. That's Anuel. Karol G fans have almost developed an obsession with Jaylene. They must have their notifications on because as soon as she goes live or posts a picture or a video, they show up in mass to flood her comments. Flood the comment section with mermaid emojis or pucking emojis. It's like almost before her fans even get to the page. The Bajotas, that's Karol G's fan base, remind me a lot of the Barbs. In a sense that they go hard for their fave and they hate anyone else possibly taking any, fame or glory from their fave. Now, they also spend a lot of time comparing Jaylene's career to Karol G's career, which really is not really a comparison because, Karol G's been in the industry almost 16 years longer than Jaylene. Now, Jaylene is a new artist. They post a lot of comments under her videos, at her shows in a club talking about Karol sells arenas out when Jaylene's arena tour, Karol is on a billboard, Jaylene doesn't chart, Jaylene can't sell out her shows, Karol has more money, where is Jaylene's world tour? Sound like a fan base that you heard before? You can't make this up. You can't make this up. And ironically, Karol G has a good relationship with Nicki Minaj. They have a big record. Oh, man. I was also surprised to see, how many Dominicans, because Jaylene is Dominican. So how many Dominicans also dragged Jaylene back when her and Anuel first started dating? A lot of people were dismissive. They were saying, oh, he is just using her. As soon as he gets back to Miami, he'll forget about her. Because she's a street girl. She's a hood chick. But when Anuel went back to the Dominican Republic to spend more time with Jaylene and made their relationship public, a popular Dominican radio host called Amelia Alcantara went on a rant on the radio calling Jaylene a disgusting slum rat, saying that she grew up in a dirt-poor barrio and that Anuel has lowered himself by dating a low-class girl, a.k.a. a hood rat. Now, to everyone's surprise, when Anuel, now remember, he's a big, Latin rapper. Okay? When he got back to Miami, he brought Jaylene back with him. Bought her a mansion in Miami, which People magazine said was between $6 and $8 million. Now, among the many gifts he's given her an all-white custom Bentley. That's the Bentley you see her driving around in. Bentayga of about $250,000. A pink Rolex. A $100K diamond chain. Wow. More Cubans with unknown price, and a bust-down Felipe Patek, valued at about $100K. And of course, him showering her with gifts just enraged a lot of people, especially Karol G fans. I don't know why they're so upset. Like these, Karol G and Anuel, from what I read, was split up a year before this girl even came into the picture. Now, the hate gets more intense. The longer they are together, the more intense the hate gets. Some say the hate started with the victim role Karol G started playing Because before Anuel started to date Jaylene, Carol had not said anything bad about him at all. Like when they split up, she was saying they were still in good terms. She still loves him, this, that, and the other. She spoke positive about him all the time, saying she'll always have love for them and they didn't break up on bad terms. But then once he confirmed his relationship with Yailin, all of a sudden Carol was seen as a victim. Like she started throwing shade and made a song destroying Anuel. And of course, all her fans jumped on the bandwagon. The blue wigs came out. Now, the unnatural hate for Yailin gets into just from jealous girls. That, you know, most of it comes from jealous girls, wounded Carol fans. And then there's a Mexican singer called Candy Pecadora. All right? Now, she's been taking shots lately, trying to get Yailin to respond. Right? It's one of these one-sided beats because she's trying to get clout off her. And Yailin refuses, just pays her dust. Then there was even a male Puerto Rican singer named Giovanni Vasquez. He started dissing Yailin. Oh my God, they even got the men. Totally unprovoked in a show, you know, a couple of weeks ago in Puerto Rico while he was performing, he stopped and started calling Anuel a pig. Jeez. Then directed his anger at Yailin, calling her a pendeja, saying she needs wigs to walk around. He even pulled out a Karol G wig he bought to his show and put it on, mocking Yailin, calling her a cachorra, saying she is ugly and she will never be Karol G, who is the only desirable one. I mean, my goodness. Now, then remember we had made a video about a girl who threw a drink at Karol G's face a few weeks back. Now, she's also started an anti-Yailin campaign. So the clout chaser's name is Kim Mickelson. Now, she was in the audience at Yailin's show a couple of weeks ago. She went on a rant saying Yailin is trash and will never come close to Karol G. And the funny thing about this is that when that girl, Kim Mickelson, threw a drink in Carol's face, everybody blamed Yailin. If you remember the video I made, everybody was blaming Yailin for saying that she put someone up to humiliate Karol G. Now, it turns out that Carol and her best friend, Dakey, knew that girl. Okay, before the drink incident, the girl was pictured with Carol's best friend drinking and singing. Now, some people say they fell out that night. That's why she did it, and others say she just met her that night, and Dakey didn't really know her like that. Now, whatever the case may be, they knew the girl and had no time. They knew that this girl had no ties to Yailin. Still, Carol stayed quiet and let her fans drag Yailin and accuse her for something she didn't do. So this saga continues, and we will be keeping you updated on anything else that happens between these two. Now, pretty much, Yailin's pretty much remained quiet, you know, through this whole thing, while Karol G's fans continue to drag her. Remember, if you remember, Karol G, I believe, had put a song out, you know, about Anuel, and the fans have just been going at it. You know, it's mainly the fans dragging her. You know, this girl is a new girl. She's just, you know, seemingly a girl from the streets that made it out, you know, of DR. Had a tough time. Her father was killed, you know, and she just seems like a girl who's just trying to take advantage of the opportunities given to her, you know, and Anuel fell in love with her, and from what I hear, very quickly. So it's not her fault. It's not her fault that she got the goods. That Anuel has just totally, seemingly forgotten about Karol G. But we'll see what happens. Karol G has a great career. She is she's that girl in Latin music. So her fans should just be concentrating on that. If she's the queen, the bachotas shouldn't worry about anybody else's fan base. Just let this girl do her thing. Her and Anuel isn't bothering anybody as long as they're not dissing Karol G. We'll see what happens, man. Just keeping y'all updated. If something else goes down, we'll update you as usual. It's your boy Heaven Hollywood. This has been T Latino. See you next time.